Hello and welcome back to Tales of Lumin. Today we're talking about Hearthstone botting and a pure offline mode for Battle.net. Mostly the botting thing because, well, it's much more interesting to talk about. So, botting in World of Warcraft, or at least let's just say Blizzard games, has been a thing for a while. People do it because it's an easy way for them to get ahead. World of Warcraft botting's been around for many years, and I think it's almost impossible for Blizzard to catch all the botters. It's almost impossible for Blizzard to stop them from just making new programs that do much the same thing in a different way so that it's even more difficult to detect. You know, one day the bots are going to be like real human players. You're not going to know the difference. You're going to be, chatting nicely to someone and then they're just going to announce to you, oh, by the way, I'm a bot. It's going to happen. It's sad. Okay, so botting has invaded and infested Hearthstone ranked play now. Apparently a little bit in the arena scene as well, but mostly ranked play. And it's a real pain. I mean, it's so frustrating to me to firstly play against them and secondly know that there are people out there that are just leaving their game clients open and letting a bot farm up their golden portraits for them, farm up gold for them, farm up wins for them. It's silly. Oh, and farm up rank for them, because apparently the bots can now reach legend rank. I mean, anyone out there can actually reach legend rank if they have like a, 40? Even probably like 35% win rate. That might be pushing it, okay? Let's say 40% win rate, and you get maybe a little bit lucky with win streaks here and there. That could easily push you up into legend if you play enough games. So, that said, yes, there are bots in legend. There are bots beating some of the best Hearthstone players in the world. Just because the game is slightly, let's just say, chance-based. There's a luck factor involved, RNG is involved, and if you get a bad hand, no matter how well you play, it's gonna happen, you're gonna lose. Even if you get a good hand, sometimes the bot might get a better hand. So, how do you see the bots? How do you know you're playing against a bot? Well, apparently most of the bots just play Shaman, and they mostly play the same deck. They use some or other sea giant, not mountain giant, sea giant deck, where they flood the board with stuff, and then they just start busting out the big giants. But apparently you know you're playing against a bot if there's not a single hover over happening. So they instantly just select something, play it, select something, play it. There's no real visible decision making happening. I suppose the amount of time that you'd wait for an action to happen would always also just be the same, because they use like a point-to-point system where they click, 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 click. So you can kind of see that it's a bot in that way. I don't know how many other different ways there are of detecting this. I suppose they won't emote back. Maybe the bots are clever and they can emote back as well. They also, I think, some of them at least have problems with death rattle. That's at least what I saw some people saying. Kel'Thuzad, for instance, just wrecks them. As in, they don't know that Kel'Thuzad's gonna resurrect the entire board, so they can't make the choice to do something to Kel'Thuzad, or maybe not clear your board entirely and have it resurrect again. It's strange, but apparently a whole lot of people are doing it. There was a poll up on Reddit, on the Hearthstone Reddit, where there was some disgusting number. Like, I think at the end of the poll there were like 2,500 people that said, yes, well, we bot. And proudly so, because, well, why should they sit for hours on end grinding for something as silly as a golden portrait? Why would they do that? You know, card packs are too expensive to buy. Why would they spend real money on them? They can just let a bot farm all day while they're at work, or while they're studying, or while they out living their life, and then they can come back in the afternoon, in the evening, prime time, sit down, play some Hearthstone, spend some of the hard-earned gold. Oh, it frustrates me. It frustrates me. But bots are a thing in Hearthstone now. I'd love to hear from you guys if you've been playing against them, if you've encountered any strange activity in ranked play. I don't know what Blizzard could do about it, honestly. I guess they could implement a report feature into the game, where you could report a player for being a bot, but then how do you really know? Because, as I said, they could just figure out newer, better ways of doing it. I think that the only way that they'd really effectively solve this problem is if they do something on their end or to the client or whatever that would either disallow it from working, or something that would, if it detects a bot, just warn Blizzard and then they can take action on their own. They do some stuff like that in StarCraft, for instance, when people use map hacks or any of the other hacks available in that. Then every couple of months they just drop the ban hammer and destroy a whole bunch of accounts. They do that. You know, they can detect it themselves. And I was also told that there are like so many different types of these Hearthstone bots out there that you can just take your pick now, and who even knows if they're detectable. Also, what I was shocked by was, and I'm trying to find it quickly, I just this morning opened Facebook. Okay, I do that every now and then. I don't know why. Then I was greeted with an ad. Get this, okay? An advert on Facebook. MMO crawler bots. This was sponsored. Someone paid for this to appear on my Facebook. Their spotlight, the Hearth Crawler. Best bot for Hearthstone. Leveling of heroes, gold, supports all cards and classes. Ranked play, unranked play, custom classes, scripts, background mode, and more. Thanks, Facebook. Thanks. I'm assuming there's no review process for which ads go up on Facebook, because that's a bit ridiculous. Is it even illegal? Maybe there's some grey area here where bots are actually okay. I don't know. But I personally don't think it's something that should be happening at all. As I said multiple times, it frustrates me to no end. I play the game to play against people, to encounter other players in ranked play, to see the human aspects of it. Human decision making should be a big part of this. I don't want to play against an AI. Okay? I don't. I wanna mess up and then in turn see my opponent mess up. It removes some of the fun. If you know you're playing against a machine, I know that sounds, wow, that sounds really bad just saying it like that, playing against a machine, oh, so terrible. But no, if you know you're playing against a bot, it does actually just subtract from the fun. Sure, it's kind of satisfying beating a bot, but it's even more satisfying beating another player, where you had like an epic, super long, drawn-out game. Winner uncertain until the very end. Anyway, that's a thing. Bots are here, and apparently they're here to stay, and I don't like it. Please, tell me what you know about all of this. Not like where to download the bot. Just like tell me, how can you easily identify them? Do they just play Shaman, or do they play other classes now? Have you played against many of them? Do you have any special tricks, tactics, techniques to beat them? I'd love to hear it. I'd also love to hear how frustrated you are by it, if you are at all. Maybe you don't care. Maybe it's all the same. Because, I mean, Hearthstone is, in many ways, a kind of anonymous game. In many ways. So, some people probably just don't know, don't care. Doesn't matter. Just want to play a couple of games, win or lose, it's fine. Doesn't matter who it's against. I get it. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about briefly was the appear offline function or mode that's coming to Battle.net soon. So this is going to be for World of Warcraft, StarCraft 2, and Hearthstone. Also Diablo 3. No, it won't be for Hearthstone. It can't be for Hearthstone, right? Let me just check. Okay, they say here, World of Warcraft, StarCraft 2, and Diablo 3. It wouldn't make sense for Hearthstone. I guess it could. You know, you'd appear offline to your friends. But that's about it. In World of Warcraft, StarCraft, and Diablo, if you appear offline, you'll also appear offline to your clan or guildmates. So there's more to it. But this is going to be the same as appear offline in most other games, which means that you will just in terms of social features of the game appear offline. I assume that if someone runs into you in-game, they'll still see you there, and they'll be like, ha! Ha! I knew you were playing. I knew you were actually playing, and you didn't want anyone to know. That's something that a lot of World of Warcraft players actually do. You know? They feel guilty about playing the game, so they go in a pure offline mode. You're going to probably see when this feature comes to Battle.net that there's going to be like 50% of players using it from day one, every day going forward. I don't know. I might use it for, you know, recording or stuff like that, if it's something that I want to do without being bothered. But for the most part, I actually like having that social interaction in my massively multiplayer online role-playing game. I do. I really do. But I guess it's about time. Okay, it's been many years in the making, in development, I don't know. They said a long time ago that it was coming, and I suppose it's a good feature to have. They also say here at the end that it's going to be coming in separately for each game, so they'd have to patch it in for World of Warcraft, StarCraft, and Diablo, specifically in their own patches. For Diablo 3, it's been added in after patch 1.0.5, for World of Warcraft after the launch of Warlords of Draenor, and for StarCraft 2, I guess, at some time in the future. It's interesting. Again, I don't know if it's something I'd use very much, but it's something that I do think the game needed, just to have more options, always better. But that is it. Let me know again what you think about the whole bot situation. Maybe you know more about all of it than me. Maybe you bot yourself. If you do, how does it make you feel? Actually, maybe don't tell me that. Don't. Probably gonna say it makes you feel happy because you're rolling in gold and golden hero portraits. I saw an interview with a Hearthstone botter, and apparently he said in a month's time he played close to 2,000 games, and he grinded out without actually playing 2.5 golden hero portraits. That's nice for a month's worth of play. He also got to rank 5 or 4 or 3 or something around there. Single digits. It's crazy. But there you go. You could read more about the pure offline thing below. And again, let me know what you think. Happy that.